Metaphysical Meanderings. Okay, hold on. Where we go.
Give us 30 seconds and
30
we'll be
seconds.
ready for the radio.
Yep, there we go. All right. And I'm on my Lana Hargraves. I'm not on my page. So I've got 2 pages and I'm on Lana Duncan Hargraves, but most of my people are here. Oh, hi everybody. Ready? Go for it.
You got way too many things going on.
I do.
All right, let's play in. Let's do this.
Here we go. Louder. It's hard to hear. There we go.
Welcome to Metaphysical Meanderings with Master Psychic Lana Duncan Hargraves. Lana's been a practicing psychic for 25 plus years and has gifts of clairaudience, clairvoyance, and clairsentience. She is an empath, a medium, as well as a pet communicator and health advisor. This week, owning your own power and all about amethysts. Welcome to the show, Lana.
Hi guys, how is everybody this week? This is the stuff that I'm going to be talking about so that you know. One is owning your own power. I have an interview with somebody I've been mentoring. He started mentoring also with one of my guests, which was Walks with Thunder. I've watched him come into his own power. So I'm going to be interviewing him. Also, I'm covering the amethyst, the purple stone. And I'm going to be talking about, this is going to be brought to you by, and like Sesame Street, right? The tarot card Fool, so that everybody knows what I'm doing, the tarot card Fool. And I'm going to explain that. Now,
and of course, let's just take care of some business right off the bat. Of course, if you need anything from Lana, you can check her out at www.enchantedSky.com. She's available all week.
Yes.
Not just on Saturdays.
I think Thursday and Fridays right now. I don't have any. I'm booked, but it's Sunday through Wednesday or something like that.
There you go.
Because
And of course, if you
15 free Reiki minutes.
There you go.
So if you need some healing, I had somebody I did a past life regression with, and I also did Reiki at the same time, and she said she felt great for like a week. So
that's awesome.
And that's included in a reading. So
that's through March.
Through March.
That's awesome. And then if they've missed any of your shows, you can check them out on her YouTube channel. You can check them out on her podcast out on Spotify, Anchor.fm, Apple. Yeah.
We haven't gotten
wherever you
yet.
Wherever you
everything
listen.
else. Yeah, there's 7 of them. So,
so about seven platforms right now.
Yeah.
And of course, at about 10:15 this morning, with about the last 15 minutes or so, we always open up for
one free question.
So Romy, my good friend out there, says, "Hey, I need a reading, so stick around."
Yep, stick around. I won't be able to do a whole reading because my readings are half hour to an hour. Romy, check my EnchantedSky.com.
Yep.
I also had somebody ask me recently, if you guys don't know me and you've been talking to me, but you've been listening to me, I am in the process. I want to make a healing center and I want some acreage, and I own 4.5 acres. It's not quite big enough, but people are starting to donate to the fund, and I have an actual accountant that takes care of that now. So if anyone is interested and people are starting, I'm on Patreon, which is Lana's Enchanted Sky, but I'm also at PayPal, Lana's Enchanted Sky or Enchanted Sky. So anyway, at some point we're going to have like a button. I guess I can put a button on here and where you guys can, if you want to, because I'm not like forcing anybody, but people want to help me with my journey. So anybody knows we're all still working full-time jobs, guys. I mean, and so we are busy, and I'd rather be spending my time working with you guys. Okay. And it does seem like that's what's starting to happen. So blessings to everybody. I hope everybody's great. Had a great week. Kent and I we had a couple of issues today with myself. I had something that happened at work, and I hope it doesn't appear like I'm trying to be upbeat and trying to lift my vibration, which my next podcast is about lifting your vibration and how to do it. Okay. Anyway, so I have this part of the show is about stuff where I've interviewed people. And by the way, next month is Paranormal April. I've got the coolest ever people I am interviewing. You've got to see some of this. I've got a doppelganger. I got somebody who caught fairies on camera, all kinds of cool stuff. And so just be looking for that in April. I have somebody on the line that I met. This is how I met this person. I met him through a friend that has a shop in Evansville, Wisconsin. She referred him to me, and I did a little past life regression. I knew he was in an awakening. He's been searching, and he now is with Walks with Thunder, doing some stuff with him. I have watched this person come into his own power, and I don't think he even realizes how much power he has come into. And so I want to use him to explain how you start recognizing this, how you come into your own power, because that's what I'm a master teacher, to teach you how to do what I'm doing. I'm not any better than anybody. I'm just ahead of you is all, because I'm probably a little older than a lot of you guys. I'm 54. Most of my followers are 25 to 40. Okay. So I'm teaching you how to do what I'm doing is all I'm doing. Okay. So on the line, Andy, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Can you hear really good?
Yeah, I can hear you really good.
Okay, you can hear. Okay. This is Andy Wuxenich.
Oh, good job.
I got it right. I thought so. Okay. I've known him for about a year, and I've watched him grow as he's becoming a shaman, correct, Andy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep,
through Walks with Thunder, who offers shamanism classes. So please check him out. His name is Walks with Thunder. You can check him out. He's good. He's gotten to be a very good friend of mine. And Andy, when you came to me, explain to me, okay, the first time you met me, I was on my gazebo, remember?
Yeah, I remember that.
So how are you feeling when you first came to me?
Well, I felt like the world was ending, which you probably could tell. At least that's what it felt like on the inside.
Yes. Yeah. And it's kind of, and I told you were having an awakening. And after you saw me and we did some past life regression, was anything clearer?
It was, but it was kind of a slow process. But yeah, it was kind of like the turning point. Because when I met the lady in Evansville, that day was probably rock bottom for me. Anyone who's dealt with like depression or anxiety, I mean, I was at the point where my like fantasy and reality was like mixing. I couldn't, I don't know how to explain it, but people, I really feel for them. So after being there myself, so that day I was like at the point of thinking, I'm gonna have to check myself in somewhere. I mean, I felt like I was losing my mind. So my wife at the time said, let's just go for a long walk. We'll talk about it later. Well, after we got done walking, we went to a restaurant in our town, had lunch. She saw the store in Evansville. She said, why don't you go? Why did you go there today? It's like, okay. So I went there, and I taught with the girl there for maybe an hour or two.
Yep.
And instantly felt better. I don't know if she realizes it or not, but she did a lot for me that day.
Good.
And that's when she recommended you. She's like, I'll give a friend of mine a call, and here's her number, set up an appointment. Gosh, I want to say it was like a couple days later is where we got to the gazebo part.
Yep.
And you did the past life for me.
Okay, yes. Okay. And so after the past life regression, you kind of understood, because for me, when I was doing things with him, I felt he was a female energy. You can be a male with a female energy or a female with a male energy. I feel I have male energy. So at a core, I'm a male. I've always felt that way. I'm not, that doesn't mean you're gay. It bothers me when people think like that. I'm talking energy wise. You know what I'm saying? Usually a female energy is a very nurturing, good parent. They're very loving. I'm not saying that I'm not that, but I do say I have very forward energy, very strong energy, which makes me feel like I'm a male energy. And that's all that means. And after we discussed that, and I know you had seen some things in your other lifetimes, and we had talked about that. So that night when you went home, how did you feel? Did you sleep better, or what was going on?
Yeah, I did. After that, I slept great. I felt really good for about, for 2 days. It was very, very more
2 to
relaxed.
3, yeah. Okay.
That's one thing I noticed right away.
So
I also started noticing, I think I mentioned this a couple times, like that goosebump feeling.
Yes, and that's an awakening.
Something nice or kind or was on the right, path towards something, I would get like, not really chills, but it was weird. It's like a rush of like goosebumps.
Like kind of like a tingle, right?
I started noticing that.
Yeah. Yep. And that's the start of an awakening. So that's one of the symptoms, you guys, of an awakening. Okay. Just to let you know, it's a very normal thing. So do you see how you can't be afraid of this? You were were you a little bit afraid at first?
Yes.
Yeah. And so through this whole thing, and it's been about a year, and you started listening to my podcast. And so then you got connected to Walks with Thunder. And so what happened there?
Yeah, I heard him on your podcast the one day, and he was talking about the process of getting to his program. And I remember thinking to myself, oh boy, I could never do anything like that, even though I'd like to.
Yeah.
And something was tugging at me for about, I don't know, a week or two. Like, give this guy a call, give him a call, ask him some questions.
Yep.
So I did. I gave him a call for a reading and asked him my questions, and then he asked me some stuff and asked me, or said, I think you'd be a good candidate for my program. He said, let me know what you think. So I thought about it for a day or two, talked with my wife, and I'm like, you know what? I want to do this. So I called him back and joined his program. I've only been in it for a couple of weeks here, but it feels great, though. It feels like I found my spot. I feel at home.
Yep.
He's a great guy.
Now,
I guess I can't say enough good things about him, but I feel really good. I don't know how to explain it other than like how you feel on Christmas morning as a kid. But you feel like that the majority of the time. So it's really, really cool.
If you had known him, my followers, if you had known when I met him, his vibration and his everything he's a completely different person than he was a year ago. And it's all because he's started his awakening. He accepted his gifts and he's moving on with it. He's coming into his own power. Okay. That's what is going on. Okay. Now, this is an interesting thing because he contacted me a couple of weeks ago for a reading, and he was telling me you had something in your house, right?
Yes.
Is it gone?
Yes, I had something in my house. So I asked Lana about it, and she thought it was a middle-aged guy in his 50s that was lost, trying to get back home.
It was something like that.
I think he was trying to get
They attach to you. Yeah, they attach to you, and I can read them.
So I talked to her, and after doing some history in our house, apparently there's a guy that passed away in his 50s.
Yep.
Unexpectedly.
I think he overdosed.
An overdose, suicide.
I think so.
But I talked to her about like what I should do, process, using sage, prayers, all that good stuff. And that night I went home, did everything I was supposed to, and I just kind of sat down and started talking to the guy, and I could actually hear him walking right next to me.
Yep.
And I kept my eyes closed, and I just talked to him like a normal person and said, hey, your family's waiting over there. I said, just gave him a good heart-to-heart talk. I guess I'll keep that between me and him. And then kind of got the confirmation I needed to the following day that he had crossed over. It was a really kind of neat feeling because I really enjoyed doing kind stuff for people. And it just felt good helping them. Now,
all I did, you guys, was tell Andy that you had the power to do that. You are alive. He is dead. Do not be afraid. He feeds off the fear. A lot of times people don't realize how much power you really have. So I am teaching him to be in his own power. Okay. I'm not doing anything. I'm just awake. You guys are awakening and you need a little guidance. And I'm just reminding you of that. That's all I'm doing. I don't think I'm doing anything fantastic or spectacular. I'm just reminding you. So do you see how in a year, how far Andy has come? I just wanted to, because you're just like somebody that I have seen. You are a different person you are a completely different person. Energetically.
Feels that way too. I would never have guessed in a million years I'd be where I am now where I at when I first met you.
Because his energy was low. He was depressed, confused, just like somebody that with a low vibration. Your vibration wasn't right. And so you've come into your own. Okay. And that's kind of what's going on. I just reminded you. And as a good psychic and a good teacher, I'm never jealous if you go for help from other people, because you may learn something totally different from someone else. And so and there's a room enough in the spotlight for everybody. I'm also, you guys, on a major platform online. I'm not going to say because I'm not going to advertise for them, but and there are psychics on there that get on there and try to drag you down by giving you bad ratings. They try to trick you. I caught one. Right in the middle of it, I said, I kept reading for her and she kept telling me, well, gee, where's my career going? And I'm going, well, you're working now. And she's like, no, I'm not. And I go, are you sure? I said, that's what I'm picking up. And then I find out, she goes, well, I freelance. Well, she was on the same psychic line trying to trick me. And I blocked her right away. Come on, grow up. There's a room enough for all of us. That was unnecessary. I guess I just view it differently. And I'm hoping all of you guys remember to not judge everybody else or try to play games. There's no reason to. We're all on the same journey and just in different places. That's all. So needless to say, awesome, Andy. I'm proud of you. I knew you could clear it. We had talked maybe 2 weeks ago. I said, I think you can do this yourself because your energy's in that house and you can do it. Now, if you don't feel confident when you need a house cleared, you guys, you can call somebody. I do clear houses, and I do it quite a bit. But if you can get rid of it yourself, it is better. It's better in the long run for you because you're owning your own power. Okay. Thank you so much, Andy. We'll talk again real soon. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Yep. Talk to you guys later.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay. So you see how you grow. I mean,
we were talking in the green room.
Yes, we were talking in the green room. And you know what? You're also becoming a different person. You don't see that?
I can feel it more than I can see it, I suppose.
Yep.
Sharon says, wow, I didn't know you can help people go to the other side if they are haunted by them.
Yes, because yes, you can. Good. I'm glad you learned that. It's actually very easy to do. I don't believe in demons. Tamika. I don't believe there's a little guy with a pitchfork running around. I believe that there's people are lost, and I believe there's negative energy. People are angry. People are resentful, and they don't want to cross because they've been taught that they're probably going to hell. I have never seen hell. I do know that this is hell. And I do know that if you're stuck and you're not going to the other side, you're in hell. So do you see how it's self-imposed? Now, Teachings of Jesus, which is a whole nother episode, talks about that. And I am a Gnostic Christian. I have a different viewpoint of Christianity. And that is one of the teachings of Jesus, original teachings of Jesus. But anyway, we will not cover that all day.
We won't meander there today.
We will meander to that at another point. So what we're talking about now is share. I'm going to share something really fast with everybody. Hold on. Circle of Psychics. Okay, I'm going to share to me.
You're sharing it over there on Facebook.
I'm sharing stuff,
Yep, so if you want to see what she's sharing, you can check her out on her Facebook.
I'm sharing them to play. There we go.
Hello, Dawn.
I'm still getting all of this down. Oh, hi, Dawn. Dawn's one of my people I'm mentoring too. I hope you're doing well. I hope your business is picking up. I'm always willing to help you. Did you get an email from Miss Suck? Is it Sook?
Sook.
She is starting her own podcast, and she is in Canada.
Not yet, but
okay, I sent it to you. I'm always willing to help you. I have advertised for people for free. That's not what this is all about, you guys. Okay, all right. Dawn says, "I want to." Okay, you're going to learn the teachings of.
Another show.
It's another show, and
we can't meander there today.
Yeah, we can't meander there today. But because I'm huge into the Apocrypha because I I've grown a lot by reading that. The ones that were taken out of the Bible.
And I'm an ordained minister in
And
Christianity
yes, you
too.
are.
So
And he agrees with me. Kent agrees with me on a lot of my beliefs.
I thought you agreed with me, but
okay, I agree with you. So, and that's kind of why we're connected, because our viewpoints and stuff just don't even go there. It's just
that's right.
This whole thing is starting to take a life of its own, you guys.
That's a different hour.
If you realize you can't feel the speeding of the energy of this podcast also and this station. It's just because people are starting to all evolve, I think.
Yeah.
So anyway, so the other part of my broadcast for the next 20 minutes or so is the amethyst. See the amethyst, the purple stone. Now, a lot of people don't realize that this has wonderful qualities to it. And it's that, and if you notice, there's a lot of there we go. He's holding it up right in the middle of the, my amethyst is, this is how I choose my stones. When I go to a store, and I like to go to rock shops, and I will pick up one that feels right. And you need to do that yourself. No one should be like, I sometimes have them sent to me and I don't always like what I feel. I would like to be in person when I get them. Now, my predictions, by the way, he was teasing me earlier because I said we would get a checkup third week of February. I'm off by 3 weeks, but think about what I picked up was the fact that we were talking about actively talking about the stimulus checks here in the United States, because I know them around the world, the third week of February. So I had picked that up. So I was pretty close. I'm not perfect in time. Time is hard.
Yeah.
So, but I told you we would get the stimulus checks. I also said we'd be speeding up going back to normal in February to April. I also predicted, which really scares me because a lot of you followers go back and look at my predictions. I predicted it would be a very common cure for corona treatment. I was offered it yesterday. Now, anybody that knows me, even watching my podcasts or watching my YouTube, I had to have my shot Tuesday. I was sick as a dog. I mean, I had 101 temperature for 2 days straight. And then I woke up yesterday morning having an anxiety attack because for me to be sick, because I'm a very healthy person, I was shaking. I didn't know I couldn't breathe, nothing. I went to the emergency room because I didn't know what else to do because I didn't know what was going on. Found out my blood pressure. I have very low blood pressure. It was really high. And I'm freaking out is what it was. The doctor gave me a little something to settle me down. And he goes, okay, you're okay. Just it's from the shot. You're going to be okay. And within 5 hours, I'm completely better, by the way.
Oh,
I'm completely better now. And, but he said to me, I've got a new medicine. And I go, is it such and such that I predicted? And I did not know. I had forgotten. I forget my predictions because I'm channeling. My daughter called me up. She goes, did you read the Wall Street Journal? I go, what? There's something sort of like a Tamiflu that they're going to start giving that's treating coronavirus. You predicted that. And I'm like, I did. And I scrolled back. So go into Facebook about May. And I put in there's a very simple cure to all of this that they're going to find and start using as a treatment. It'll be like a Tamiflu type thing. And that's exactly what he offered me. He even said, he goes, yeah, it is kind of like that. And it works. And that's what the doctor told me yesterday. And I laughed. I'm like, I did do that. And I'm like, wow, I'm surprised. I said, it wasn't me, though. I'm just repeating what I hear. So I have to give thanks to my guides, to God, and to everybody that gives me the messages to give to you.
There you go.
So I have to stay, I had somebody that told me that one day I have a big ego. And I'm like, I hope I don't. Maybe I do. I don't know, because I know that if I have a big ego, they can take my ability away from me at any point.
Yep.
And I'll never be able to do this again. So if it looks like I have a big ego, I am praying that God forgives me and that trust me, I am trying not to. So, okay. Anyway.
Mary Jane Weed says, love, love, love amethyst.
Oh, I know. You know what? Amethyst.
Amen.
Amen. Amethyst is a good stone. Now, I've worn amethyst my whole years of teaching for 30 years. I always had one around my neck. It finally cracked and fell apart, and everybody knows why. Because it absorbs negative energy. But amethyst, listen to some of the stuff on this amethyst here. So see, look at my point. It's cute. It's just a partially clear with a little bit of purple in there.
Yep.
And it's very calming. It releases stress. Wear it. Wear a nice big chunk. Like carry it in your pocket. I think Andy was telling me that he carries a pink piece of amethyst or something in one of his pockets. So, mood swings, it helps with mood swings. Alleviates sadness and grief, and increases your intuitive ability because it clears you. Now, for some of you guys don't realize how you should be clearing stones, and I learned this the hard way. This is my story really fast. Was in Florida. And because I spent a lot of time in Florida. I got family down there. Eventually, I'm probably going to buy a piece of property down there and then go back and forth as a snowbird. That's my plan. Anyway, because I'm getting sick of the snow. I know we all are. And I was down there and there was a massage therapist. My husband is he is a massage therapist. He's certified and everything. He just doesn't do it. I benefit from it. But anyway, and there was a woman that we met, and she had, some people have crystal rods. They're about this long. They're about maybe an inch in width, diameter, maybe an inch and a half. She pulls her thing open. She goes, "Do you know anything about massage therapy?" She goes, "You look like you do." So, and I go, "Oh, you picked up that I'm an intuitive." And she's like, "Yeah, there's something, we're talking." And we were at the flea market, and she pulls a drawer open. All of those rods were broken in half. Think about it, an inch and a half. So they're this thick, about that thick, broken in half. And she goes, "I have no idea. They're just cracking. I come in some days and they're cracked in half. What's up?" Said, "Are you using them on people?" "Yeah." Well, little did I know she wasn't cleansing them. Oh. If you guys think there's nothing to this cleansing, try it. If I were wearing this stone for a while, I have seen them completely cloud. I've seen them crack, and I've seen them turn completely white. And once you've worn them for a while, you will notice a difference. You just have to pay attention. I have one that's a completely crystal clear stone. It's now cloudy. The cloudy, like an opal cloudy. Yeah. And so I'm going to tell you how to cleanse these. Okay. Oh, wait. Mary Jane says, "My amethyst bracelet broke a couple of times a couple of months ago. Yep. Sure feel the difference." Okay. I'm going to tell you how to cleanse them. Okay. All right. So these are three ways you can cleanse them. Put them out in the sun. Just put them out in the sun. Nice sunshine. Sunlight. Yep. Another way is put them on the ground. Because remember, I've told you about the cleansing quality of the ground and it absorbs negative energy. Go walk around barefoot and tell me you don't feel better when you've been stressed out. Actually do this and tell me, and go to a nice organic place. If you're treating your yard, I'm not talking about that. I'm like talking about going to a forest preserve and just walking around barefoot. There's a reason people go camping. I'm going to say it for the millionth time. It's cleansing. You're sleeping on the ground. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. The other way is salt water. Use some real seawater. Okay. All right. I do the salt water. Now, I'm also very ritualistic though, you guys, because ritualistically, after I've done readings, and I'll do readings next week, I'm going to be at Earth Song Books and Gifts reading. I'm already booked. Sorry, guys. I'm booked solid before I even get there because I'm half off. I'm literally half off. That happens. So, and because I'm doing it to help them out. And after I've read for 8 to 10, I'll have 15 people, to be honest. I'll read right straight 15 people. I pick up negative energy and I go traditionally and take a salt bath and shower and everything. For me personally, that's my ritual. Mm-hmm. Now, for some people, they go for a walk. You find out what your ritual is, and that really, really helps. Okay.
Now, Sharon Adcock says, "If they are not clean, will they have bad effects on you, like sleeping all the time?"
No, not at all. Good question. No. What'll happen? They'll crack. They'll be holding that negative energy, trying to clear it, and they can't. And eventually, you'll lose your stone. It'll turn colors. It just won't be as effective anymore. If you don't want your stone to just break in half, that's usually what'll happen. And I'm guaranteeing, if I were wearing this amethyst a lot, and I didn't, after I've read, I don't have any on today because I'm not reading. It'll clear. For me personally, I watch them. That purple will go away.
Wow.
So, and it does. And you have to kind of watch that, but it does happen because I watch it all the time. It's different with animals. By the way, you're going to hear about me. I am going live. I just got the call to Greendale, Wisconsin to do Pet Palooza. I am the featured person because they really liked me last year,
Nice.
that year, 2 years ago. Hopefully it's not too cold. Last year it was so cold. And they're going to have my own booth. And I said I would do it live there. And animals are pure. They know God. They're not afraid to die. I mean, it's one thing for a rabbit to run from a coyote, right? Because it's your nervous system. But animals understand what their place is in the world. So they're pure energy. I've read 45 and 50 animals in a day without even getting tired. Wow. Because it's easy. They're not carrying all the baggage we are. Because I'm an empath like you guys are watching out there, most of you. And so you're picking up the negative energy. And even though I know how to protect myself, I still will pick up some. Now, there's been people that, and if I am not careful, and that's a whole nother show, they'll sit down and they are a vampire. They are draining my positive energy. Mm-hmm. And after they leave, I'll look at somebody and go, wow. Just like that. And somebody will go, oh my God. Whew. Yeah. And there's been times that I've had to get up, walk away, cleanse myself, sage myself, do something so that I can come back and finish my readings. Also, you know what else that happens to me a lot when I'm doing readings, you guys, is sometimes some of your family members come out of order because I'm a medium and I talk to your family members and they'll come early. And I have to, when I come into a place of reading, I have to say a prayer and said, you are going to come in. Yeah. Okay. And I ask like Michael or somebody to help me out, make sure they come in order. Because some of them get so excited. Oh my God, somebody's here. They can hear me. I got to get a message through. They'll come early into somebody else's reading. There's been times where I've stood up, walked out into a lobby and go, okay, whose family member is Michael? He's tall and because I think they're out of order and they come in out of order. So I've had to really put my foot down with that, with them from the other side. Okay. So, Mary Jane, do animals carry owners' junk? Ooh, good question. I say no. Because they're animals. You know how we contemplate being alive, and we're so much more abstract. Gee, why am I here? I think, therefore I am. Animals are more concrete. They don't have that abstraction.
Yeah.
I'm hungry. Oh, I like him. I love him. They understand that kind of thing because that's a little more abstract, but they don't understand God and why he's here. They just know.
Yeah, they don't comprehend time either.
Yeah.
So it's you can lay that energy on one of your pet or a horse or something like that, and then it's gone because they're like, yeah.
And you know what? They're just I don't know how to. It's kind of like a young child. Well, do you know what I'm saying? That pure energy.
Take a look at a cat. You lay that energy on a cat. What does it do? It goes lays in the sun.
Exactly. See, animals. You're right.
Cleansing. Right.
Yep. It's just pure energy, and I still say that animals are a gift from God. They were put here for our enjoyment. And I think that's why it's very difficult to see me abuse animals. I feel really guilty. My rabbit just died and I keep going there. Did he not eat right? Did I do something wrong? It got real cold.
Should have rubbed his foot.
But then I feel guilty. Then I feel bad. Yeah. So and I feel bad when I have a huge run-in cage and I have to let my dogs in there when I'm not home. And it's huge and it's like it's warmed, it's heated, everything, but I don't like doing that. It makes me feel bad. So anyway, what about black cats? We worship black cats. Others say bad luck. Good question. It doesn't matter. That's just an old tradition. But I will tell you something. I will say that a cat is a familiar. And what a familiar means, it's witch. They're like, they're associated with witches. Cats have something. They have some type of psychic ability. I don't care, more so than other animals. That's why they call them familiars. because there is something about a cat that I cannot pick up or figure out. It's like they're intuitive. There is something, and there's truth in that. I don't quite understand, because I'm a huge cat lover. I love my dogs, but I really love my cats, and they're very connected to you in a different way. A dog is, I love you, I love you, I love you. A cat's like, oh, well, you know what? I'm gonna think about you for a while, and I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying? They just are different, and it's.
The cat says you're gonna love me.
Exactly. I gotta worship you. Yeah, you're gonna worship me. Yeah, right. That's why there's something special, and they call them familiars. That's what a witch would call a cat. A black cat, it doesn't really matter what color it is. Because my cats are very, very special to me, and I love my dogs. I've got a golden retriever and a collie, and my golden retriever is such a bozo, and he's only 9 months old. He's driving me nuts. But and I love my dogs, and I love my horses. Horses too have something. I don't know if it's the connection of us having to use them as transportation, and they've become such an intricate part of our souls. But horses, there's something very special there about horses too. It's more so than cow. I know, like in India, they worship cows, and maybe they have that connection that we don't have. But I want to say it's become part of our DNA through generations and generations and generations. I can hear horses. I have, my twin flame's a horse vet. Anyway, I can hear them. I hear them very clearly. And horses get humans. So,
of course, you're listening to 21.6 The Net. Thanks for getting stuck in the net this morning with us. And you're tuned in right now to Metaphysical Meanderings with Master Psychic Lana Duncan Hartgraves. You can find her at www.enchantedSky.com or check her podcasts out. It's on Spotify. It's on Anchor.fm, Apple Podcast, Stitcher, Radiocast, anywhere that you basically find a podcast, except for Pandora. We're not there yet, but we're almost there. Check her out, and you can get all of her past episodes as well. But
awesome.
Reach out to her anytime, and she's not just available on Saturday mornings. She is available on Saturday mornings right here at 21.6.
That's right. I have to. I don't do readings on Saturdays because I'm here, and then by the time I get home, I am doing makeup ones because I've been sick. But if I don't feel good, I feel like I wouldn't give you the kind of, hi, Tamika. I don't feel like I would do you service, because it was at one point, remember, I was doing these for free, and remember what happened. Can't remember. People start taking advantage of me.
Big time.
They would do things like, well, I'm not happy with your reading, but if you would give me another free one for half an hour, then I'll, that's what, okay, if I'm that bad, you shouldn't be calling me again, right? They would take advantage of me. So I'm at a point I can't do free readings anymore, but I do guarantee them, and I got a pretty good reputation started. So
we have people who say that about certain shows, and I just say thank you for listening.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
I'm not making you not turn the channel, but thanks for tuning in.
Thank you. Yeah.
Of course, stick around, because in about 7-8 minutes, we're going to be going with your questions. So get your question ready.
Questions ready. You guys can ask me questions. I'm also live on my Facebook, on my Lana Duncan Hartgraves Facebook. I also have 2 pages. I've got Lana, the painting medium, because Facebook won't let me change it. And I tried to change it. And I have Lana's Enchanted Sky, and I'm trying to mesh them together, but Facebook's
wonderful.
I'm going to say it.
We're wonderful.
We're wonderful. Yeah. Okay.
Don't get us kicked off of there.
Okay. So yes, don't get us kicked off Facebook. Yes. Facebook is wonderful. My meeting is starting. I must go. Oh, okay.
Ta-ta,
Bye, Dawn.
Thanks, Dawn.
I mentor a lot of people, by the way. So for the last 5 minutes, card of the day.
Oh,
brought to you like on Sesame
brought
Street.
To you through the letter G.
Yes, by the letter G. This is the tarot card, the Fool. Okay, here. The Fool. The Fool is, I am offering daily, just for fun, on TikTok now and on YouTube for now, because I'm eventually going to be on TikTok. And what I'm going to be offering is I have 3 cards. Pick one. They're accurate. They just are. And Andy was just before the show. Andy was like, "Oh my God, I didn't think that would work." And I'm like, it does work.
It does,
I don't quite understand the whole thing of tarot cards.
Spot on.
I really think that what tarot cards are is psychological. I don't think they're magic. I think that it's a reflection of what's going on with you.
Sure.
And so the Fool card, okay, so you understand, because it's kind of like the Joker of a deck of 52, because you can, a deck of 52 cards, there's a reason it's 52 cards, 52 weeks in the, you see what I'm saying? 4 different suits, 4 weeks in a month. People are like, oh, how is that? It's because originally it was a tarot deck. I think people don't understand that. And I'm like, oh yeah. But so now what I'm going to do is the deck, the Fool card. Okay. You know what? Next week, I think we'll put a thing up there and you can just put the picture up close. Okay. The first week I'm doing this. So that's the 0. It's a 0. Okay. When I see that, I see somebody getting ready to take the leap and let the net materialize. I always say that when I see this, I will say in my readings on Lana's Enchanted Sky, because I do readings for you. You guys can do financial readings and you can just look at them. So just watch them. If you haven't joined me on there, just subscribe. I'm doing a few things for free for you guys. I'm doing cusp readings and I'm doing financial. I was going to start to go once a week, and I thought, you know what? I can't juggle it. I honestly, you guys, I'm still working a full-time job. So I can't, I'm doing it once a week and letting the followers find me. And that's what I've been doing organically. I'm not putting myself out there too much yet. I'm spending a lot of time developing the podcast. So anyway, so this card, okay, this card is about, first of all, it's the planet Uranus.
However.
And Aquarius. And it's I'm ready to start something new. That's kind of, and I always say it's what the hell card. Let's do it. Let's do it and let whatever happens.
Okay, Sarah.
And I don't like the fact that they call it the Fool, because the Fool means a fool, but this card means that you're wise. So I don't like the fact that they call it the Fool card, because it kind of sounds like you're stupid. And it's far, far from that. You're using your intuition to go forward with something new. You're becoming a new person. You're awakening. You're doing something like that. Now, let me explain something. I don't know if you guys have heard how people can have them reversed.
No.
A reversed card. Because they can appear that way. And when I'm reading, I always first turn my cards upright. I start shuffling weird. Sometimes I lay them all over and then collect them again. And sometimes they'll be reversed. Well, there's a reason, because it's got a different meaning. Okay. Now, everybody says, oh, it means the opposite. It does not mean the opposite necessarily. Sometimes they, like the Sun card is such a positive card. It's just the effect isn't as heavy if it's upside down. Okay. Same thing for a Tower card. Tower card's a major card. It's a shake up. It's a blow. If it's upside down, it's a minor blow. You see? So they're not always the same. So having this upside down, okay, this is where you're going forward with hope and optimism and what the hell, let's do it. Take a leap. Let the net materialize. If it's upside down, rashness, carelessness, hesitating. Okay. You're hesitating to do what you need to do. Like, okay, so for instance, how many full epic novels were never written? Right?
Yeah.
Because you didn't take the leap of faith. That's what they're telling you. Why aren't you doing it? See, these questions, to think about these cards. These cards are not magic. They reflect back to you. They ask you questions back. So if you ever watch when I'm reading, I'll say, well, so what you afraid of? I'll do stuff like that when I pull cards. Now, I don't usually use cards. I don't need them. Now, if I am doing a reading online, and I'll be honest with you, and I need to connect quick because some people are cheap and they only give me like 4 or 5 minutes. I won't do a reading for 2 minutes, but they do try to do that to me. I will pull cards right away when the phone is ringing, because it's just quicker for me to get that way. But to get a really good reading, you got to give me at least 5 to 10 minutes, people. Okay, so next time you guys call me, because I know a lot of you guys do know who I'm talking about and where I'm at. please give me at least that. I'm not charging that much. You know what I mean? I'm like, anyway, but just to let you know that when you see this, remember it's asking you a question, especially if it's upside down. So why you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. They're asking you, why are you hesitating? Just turn that card up right. Now, I know some people that don't read them upside down because to them, reading this is you going forward and they're trying to tell you not to hesitate. So some people don't read them upside down.
That's
I
interesting.
do. And I understand that. Okay. So with that, I think we're about ready.
Now is the time that we open up the lines to ask a question.
Yep.
Simple question, nothing like, hey, what is the stock market going to do? But
where's my love life in the next 5 years? I mean, come on, guys. That's
will I be switching jobs, or will I like the new opportunity? Or
well, you know what? You can ask me that kind of thing, but you have to be a little more specific. I applied for a job. Will I hear? Do you see how that's specific? I can't. It's too broad because I've got approximately. Didn't we say like 500,000 people listening?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, that's a lot of energy you're throwing towards me. And today it feels like it's even more than 500,000.
That's it. Doesn't
it? Does it feel that way to you, Kent?
It does. There's
like more like about 657. I'm picking them up accurately. Two people like, I don't know why. One of my abilities is hi, Lisa. I'm good at numbers. And people ask me, like, I just got an email from somebody that said, you predicted I was going to come in because I'm getting a settlement. And you said $213,000. And I was exactly right. I said, it's not me. I'm just repeating what they say to me.
If you ever wanted to ask a master psychic a question, now is the time. Okay. If not, Mary Jane says, what else about the stone?
So, okay.
That's the amethyst.
About my amethyst?
Yeah.
What else would Mary Jane, what do you want to know? This is one I picked. I think everybody should have an amethyst. Now, if you've seen me at home, and I've been home when I had COVID and when I had my nasal surgery, which is actually helping my sleep apnea.
That's fantastic.
You'll see I have a wall and it's just full of stones because I also, when I go places, I'll pick up a stone. I like that stone. I just feel, and that's what I do with it. Okay. So it's up to you. There's a couple of really good places. I'm not going to say them because I might have a very big deal with a couple of online companies that I might be advertising. And
speaking of stone, garnet, Kender says, well, I find a good job. Been out of work 14 months and turning 60.
June. But you have to, Garnett, you have to apply. This is something you have not seen yet. I want to say it's on the internet. You need to find it. Okay, start searching because let's see, it's March, April, May. Yeah, you'll find it. You'll get it. Okay, and when I say something this quickly, you guys will learn. Yeah. And I say it off the top of my head, and I keep walking or something. It's right, and because I've channeled it. So it's not me. I'm not putting any thought into it. Now, by the way, before I forget, I have a friend that has a store. Her name is Tamika.
Yep.
She is on infinitesoulvibrations.com and she's selling stones that she's actually dug out of the ground. This is the coolest thing ever. You can go to Arkansas and you go to these mines and you can dig up stuff. So I really want to go this summer. Hey, we should all do that. We should do our live podcast down there. That'd be a lot of fun.
Now we know Tamika's listening because she's awesome. Number one. So go ahead and throw your website in the comments.
Yes. Tamika, put your Infinite Soul Vibrations because you have wonderful stones that she's hand selected. Yeah. So, and she's a good friend, and I'm going
to be out that way on Thursday to pick up my aqua.
Oh, you're going to get your aqua aura like I keep telling you to get. You need an aqua aura. Yeah. Okay.
Romy says, "Can I be successful in my mission?"
Your mission is slightly changing. I don't understand that, but I'm supposed to tell you that. What you think the way you're going is going to slightly change and become broader and quicker and help more people. And I don't know what that means. I'm just repeating.
Wow.
Okay. Tamika, put in infinitesoulvibrations.com. Put that in the comments so that people can hit your link. Okay.
Yep, that's right.
I've got some people also on Facebook because we don't have Facebook connected. We have YouTube connected. So to my okay. So you understand
we got a lot out there.
We can all, we're on a lot of platforms. I've got, somebody says they're living in a church. Why do I feel all the people? Well, good. You should be feeling, it should be a very calming, nice, gentle feeling, Sabrina. I'm sorry I didn't get to you sooner. Now, Lori here says, I'm going through some health issues and want to make sure I am on the right track. Lori, yes, but you also have you changed your diet completely? They're telling me to tell you that you have fatty liver also, and that you need to do a complete clean out. I'm going to tell you, I look thinner because somebody just said that recently. I've lost about 20 pounds. It's taken me about 5 months to do it. I feel like a different person. I got completely rid of sugar and fat. I took all red meat out of my diet. No, well, I cheated. I had a brat the other day. If you know anybody from Wisconsin,
you gotta have that
brats. Yeah, those brats from Wisconsin. Yeah.
Brats and the Packers.
Sorry, they made some because it was nice and warm, and my son-in-law made one, and that's the first time I've had red meat though in months. So I feel better, and I want you to be looking at that, Lori. Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Michelle says, I've been using tiger iron for my panic disorder symptoms that come out of the blue nowhere. It does help, she says.
Tiger iron. Yeah. Thank you for telling me that. I'm going to write that down because I'm going to check into that. Tiger iron. Yep. Okay. Thank you. I do take ideas from you guys. So
Rosie 2000 says, what do you think about keeping cats indoors?
All my cats are indoors, but for my cat, I live on a farm, indoor, outdoor. I just find it too hard to keep them in because they'll sneak out on you. And I'm always kind of worried he'll get in the road. I live on a farm. There's really no traffic, but I've already had one cat hit. I let them in and out. I know a lot of people now that actually leave them in their yards and put them on leashes. I'm for it. I think my cat sleeps on my bed at night. I know I keep him dewormed because I'm paranoid because he eats mice a lot. And I have a flea collar on him because I really don't want all that in my house. But he's with me all the time. And the older he gets, the more he's like that. It's very interesting because he's 8 years old now. And he's more in my face all the time. And I think he knows, he's very cleansing for me. So, yeah.
There you go. Emma says, if you had to pick a stone that is a good all-rounder to wear, what would you suggest?
That's okay. I would suggest a clear or a rose quartz, which is my next episode. You want to see something interesting? I don't know if you can see this or not, but this is rose quartz and it's clear. Look it's cleared. But do you see that that's no longer pink? Yeah. That is rose quartz. It was bright pink. I have cleared it. Now, if you think that that's not true, I should have taken a picture before and after. This is very true. I wear this wherever I go, and it was bright pink. And look at this one. This is a pink one too. With amethyst with rose quartz, and it's clear. So I do reading. These are ones I use for readings. So right there, I'll have to show you before and after if you don't believe me that this does happen. That it's almost, and rose quartz is a really good one. It clears all kinds of things. It clears it gives emotional healing, peacefulness. It inspires compassion. I have a big chunk on my classroom desk. And the kids notice when it's not there. And I notice they don't behave as well if it's not there. So I noticed one day I took it away and everybody was out of all day. And as soon as I put it back in and didn't say a word, the room settled down.
Sure.
So I don't care what anybody says. I believe in these crystals.
Anybody on Facebook out there?
I'm going, nope, not yet.
Okay.
Go ahead, you guys. Ask me on Facebook.
Zam asks, is the person I'm waiting for here or still coming?
Dark hair? I think they're still coming. I know what they're talking about. Okay. I want to say they have dark hair.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Ooh, thank you, says Emma.
Okay.
Rose 2000 says, thank you. I feel better now.
Oh, good. You guys do realize I'm an emotional healer. that you're getting Reiki the whole time you're watching me, right?
Also
Or
a pet
listening to me.
communicator and a pet communicator.
Yeah,
Nice.
exactly. Well, and also that's what I do. I give off a lot of energy. Some people, we were just having a discussion. Some people can't handle all the energy I give off. And they're like, oh, I just don't like her. It's because you're not ready to be healed.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm not doing this on purpose. This is my God-given talent. So I do make people feel better. And that's why my art room, where I've been teaching for 30 years, is the favorite room in the building, always, whatever building I'm in.
Yeah.
Kids like to come because I keep it like that on purpose. So not that I'm bragging, but it's just my talent. I mean, there's other things I suck at. So, and it's okay because we're all different. That's why I'm never jealous of you going to another psychic for a reading. I will help other people build their businesses because all of us have something to offer.
There you go. Sharon Adcock says, I wonder if my cat knows I'm 450 miles away and can't wait to come home to see my cat.
They know you're not there. They always know you're not there. They feel energy. I don't care. There's something very magical and mystical about cats.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, I guess I should study it because there's a reason that they always say they're familiars. There's just something special about them. I don't know. I can't even describe it. I can tell too. And some cats are better, just like humans. Some cats have more ability than others.
There you go.
So,
Romy Johnson asks, is she my life partner?
Okay. Romy, is she my... I see a younger person. Romy, are you talking about the person you're with now? Younger? Is she like a different nationality or something? She's a little bit medium skinned, a little bit darker. Oh yeah. Okay. Because she's younger than you. She's very pretty. Yes. You're supposed to be together. You're supposed to be working on something together spiritually. I just don't know. I don't understand that, but she's there. Yes. I think Korean. Thank you. Oh, okay. I was going to say they're a different nationality. Yes, that is. Yes. You've known her in another life. And and you're working because in the last lifetime, she's helping you in this lifetime. You were helping her. It was reversed. So it's a balancing act. Do they have any kids? Do you guys have any kids yet?
Not between the two. I mean, they do, but not together.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. Because I picked up children. Okay, that's why. Okay, I got it. Okay, all right.
Sorry to answer that one for you.
No, it's okay. All right. Who keeps visiting, Sabrina? I think it's your grandpa, or it's one of your grandparents. I think it's a grandpa. Feels like a male energy. Does he tap you on the head at night? Because I think he's telling me to tell you that he taps you on the head at night, like he messes with your hair or something. So I thought I would tell you that. Christina, the last time I saw you, Grandpa channeled through that I would be self-employed again in a year and a half. That time is now approaching. Is it still going to happen? I still don't know what I'm supposed to do. All right, because Christina, you better get moving. You know what? Ask for some help.
Yeah.
Ask for people from the other side. You will know what's coming. And yes, there's such a speeding up of all of this happening right now. You ride that wave of energy that's going forward right now as we start to go back, or as we recover from the pandemic. Okay. I think it is spiritual though. There is something spiritual you're supposed to learn. I feel like it might be something like I'm doing.
Wow.
Okay, Christina?
Desiree Crane says, any insights on what will be happening with the Capitol riots? Any arrests?
Yes, there's going to be quite a few more. They're also going to find there's some type of conspiracy theory, and it's going to be true, though.
Yeah.
I have no idea why I said that. So,
well, you would, if you go back to the first episode of the year where you made your predictions, you did predict arrests. So
I did. Okay. I also predicted about the 4th of January. I have a video on there on my YouTube. So scroll back. It says, I do not know what's going on, but we have something that's going to shock the world. I don't understand, but I'm supposed to tell you. Literally, I did it 3 days before the riot.
Yeah.
So I just get what I get. They tell me and I tell you.
That's right.
So, okay.
Rose, I
Yeah.
have been manifesting a bigger house to live in. Do you think it will happen?
It's not going to happen as fast as you would like it to, because it's going to take about a year, dear. So this is what they're telling me to tell you. Keep that nest egg growing, because that's the way you're going to get what you want. And I want to say, I don't know if you want more land and it's not as big a house. There's something that's going to slightly change about what you want. Maybe it's in a different place. I don't understand, but they said to keep growing that nest egg. It'll drop right in your lap.
Wow.
Okay. All right.
Shayna, hello. And Shayna says, will my son find successful living arrangements this month?
Not this month. It'll be more like May. Okay. So just be patient. He's going to get frustrated and like, don't get in a fight with him. I feel like you might have an argument coming up. Avoid it. All right. And I don't know what that's about. Don't know, Shayna. I'm supposed to tell you that. I just felt that. Okay.
There you go.
Oh, Christina says, okay, thanks. Okay. One more question, because we're done, I think. Aren't we?
Yeah, we're right there at the bottom
we're
of the hour.
There.
Right.
Okay. All
She
right.
says,
Any other
"Thank you."
questions?
Any other questions? If
We got
not,
one. Okay.
if not-
Wait, am I doing what I should be doing in life? Also, what is shadow work? Shadow work, that's a whole new terminology. That's one of my shows. Crystal, you're not. If you're asking me that question, you're not on the right path. I'm going to tell you that right now. But yours is more spiritual, and you're supposed to be helping people. I can talk to you later about that, because I kind of think I know what that's about. Okay?
There you go. That's going to wrap up another great episode of Metaphysical Meanderings with Master Psychic Lana Duncan Hartgraves. Check her out at www.enchantedsky with an ESKYE.com. Until next week, thank y'all. We are so humbled and blessed that you stopped by.